We're back here on the platform and speaking this evening with Pat Paul, who is a fashion businessman in the country. You ever thought of being a fashion designer?
Yes, that's my next goal now. I already did silhouettes for
Okay.
Bahamian men. And why I say Bahamian men? You know, we have a Pacific fit. Mind you, you have now the other nationals who do a lot of exercise, so their fit is almost the same frame. So it will be a universal brand.
Mm.
Yep.
So you are designing for men with a little stomach, eh? Is that what you're saying?
No, clean, but you know, you'll have another style which is called portly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were able to stay in business, Pat Paul, and it is said that the clothing business is a very difficult business to stay in. And I'm old enough to know of many established fashion houses that have gone out of business.
Yep.
You remained in business. What is the secret? What did you do?
The secret is number one, you know what you came to do. You came to do a job, and you must do it at your best. Just don't care about what wind blows. Never be blown off course. You must stay the course. So my thing is, even for young men coming along, getting into business, you need to just look at it and say, this is what I set out to do. Not if there's a problem, I just quit, pack up shop. No. And because I always said too, that's how you know the one with the strength. When the going get rough, it's two things. You either focus or you fall. So if it gets rough, you focus. And once you focus, you can see straight ahead.
You've been through many recessions.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The 70s, probably the 80s, almost every decade we had a recession.
Yep.
And you were able to stay the course, so to speak. Was there a time you thought that you would just fold up and do something else?
I'm not a quitter.
You're not a quitter?
No. No, that's just like someone saying to me or you, if your business closed, what you gonna do? I said, I never thought about it, so no.
You never even thought about closing?
No.
And you continued no matter what contrary winds were blowing?
Oh, yeah. And you have to know, it's like driving. You have to know how to shift gears. Because if you see this is not working, shift gear, you know, and just don't burn up the clutches, but shift gears, you go.
And so you shifted gears and moved out of
another line.
And move into another line.
Yeah.
But you must have been confronted with cynics and detractors and the purveyors of doom who would say, well, you know, Pat is not going to make it.
Yeah. You know, when I was leaving Bay Street window, when I was invited over to Atlantis, quite a few of my comrades who were in business, they said, you sure you know what you're doing? You think tourists are going to come to the Atlantis, to the hotel to buy clothing? So I said, yes, because they come to me now. I have tourists that come to me now. Why not? I said, once I get the, because, you know, you have to be able to feel. If you could feel, you can see. So I saw the vision.
So this is something that, you know, there are some people who believe that you must have beyond, you have to have certain sensibilities about the business that you are in. And so you're speaking to a sixth sense about
You got it.
business, eh?
You got it. And plus, you have to keep that theory. A lot of people loses in everything there is, whatever job, profession, whatever. They lose because they lose the theory. Once that theory dies, you die. So I hold on to the theory. You held on to it. You hold your grip. That's why you're still here.
Yes, we started almost
Yeah.
together.
Yep.
I remember the good old days in the 80s.
Yeah. You were through Charlotte?
Yes, through Charlotte
yeah,
Street,
yeah.
in a public relations
Yeah.
company, and expanded from there
Yeah.
and moved out, you know.
I remember that. Yeah. Good old days. Great memories. Then we had Howard Glass, who was
Yes.
pretty tops in his photography field. And we had a lot of people around that we could say rode the waves.
And you had a whole lot of people who were modeling with you.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, I remember, is it Lorenzo
Leon
Taylor?
Lorenzo.
Leon Lorenzo.
Yeah, and which was a good team. He had his wife, Anne Marie Ramming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she had the look that would make Madonna shame. She just had a look. Then you had Phyllis Albrecht. You have Tanya Yellop. You have Niven Allen. And guess what? This year I'm going to bring them all back together to do a show.
You think you can bring Princess Anna back?
Oh yeah, she will.
Yes.
Yeah, she will.
And Flo Miller, I think.
Flo. Yeah.
Those were the good old days. And
Yeah.
you don't see Bahamians modeling in that professional way
No.
these days.
No. Because there's no one to give them that training. It's a training. Mind you, you could be trained or fine-tuned. You could come in with your feel for it, but then sometimes you don't need much training because certain styles are different and you look good doing it on stage or for the camera. But some people do need the training, which I want to do in my hometown in Luther. It's a lot of young people there. So I did something to enhance the old church that we have there. Made it a recreation center, the Old Methodist Church. So the young people I could have drama, fashion, music, Spanish. So I have it lined up, which I want to do later this year.
Let me put this to you. Much to the chagrin of many Bahamian men, they're complaining that they, in terms of a wide selection of goods, that they're not able to get that wide selection in the Bahamas as they used to many years ago.
It's a fact. It's the reason why we stayed into a certain price range, too, and our survival rate is better. Most of the boutiques now, they're all going just one brand, which designer brand, an item, a shirt starts too high. So it's a problem to sell the shirt or neckwear or jacket or suit or trousers every day. It's almost like a now and then thing. This is one of the reasons why they're all complaining that they don't have the business. But we are moving well because our price. We watch the market because the market is not back strong as it should be.
And you're mostly in casual wear.
Yeah.
And so you have yourself on Paradise Island, and of course Bonneville Bones, and many others around New Providence. But the professional man, if he really wants a well-cut suit, he wants a good selection of ties or shoes, chances are he's going to shop outside the country.
Yep, for sure, because the selection is not there. And we don't have...
But the population has grown.
But we don't have the businessmen or fashion enthusiasts involved in the industry to really open enough stores that could cater, because you have to target. You just cannot open the store. You have to open with who you're going after. At Paradise, I know who I'm going after. That's why I'm still there. And I stay on course.
You're going after the tourist market
Yeah,
mainly.
tourist market. So that's why I told you I'm staying on course. Now we need someone need a few in Nassau that could really bring it back. And so it's a worrisome situation when I look around, when I drive through. Because, you know, it's just Eddie more or less holding the fort. And Eddie's pretty good.
And there's a young man in Palmdale, I think.
Oh, Finney.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, Maurice. He has an impeccable taste.
Yes. And so you need more of those in the country.
Yeah,
and
more.
if you had more of those, I guess the standard of dress would be higher, eh?
Yeah, because it's like everything else. If you are dressing, I'm dressing, the other guy is dressing, it's a competition. So if that happens with the stores, they will have to step up because it's the competition there in terms of the businessman.
You were a household name around.
What were they saying about me around the house?
Around. Oh, they were saying that if you wanted. Pat Paul got it all?
Yes, yes.
Now, how did you get that slogan, by the way?
My friend Jeff Scavalla, he coined that. Jeff Scavalla.
Yes.
Oh, he was special. What a talent, huh? And you employed Jeff for a long time up to his end.
Yes, absolutely. You know, Jeff had a strong voice, and I know that you always wanted him to do your commercials.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure you miss Jeff and having him to work on your ads.
Yeah.
But you know, you have changed, as you say, with the times. You've gone into casuals now, and perhaps one day you'll get back into suiting.
Yeah. We're working our way back.
And you've never considered really selling clothes to women?
We're doing it now.
Are you?
Our sales are 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unbelievable, but 50-50.
Because women, they purchase more clothes than men.
Yeah. And I think they could do it faster. Although most men say, well, I would go and I could get it quick. No, they take longer. But women are fast because, you know, they understand fabrication, styling, and workmanship more than us men.
Let me ask you, as we get near to the end of our program, in terms of style, would you say that the European style is better than the American style?
For sure.
Why?
Because it's the construction, it's the shape. It gives someone shape who really do not have a shape. But you know something, you know, the Americans, for their presidents, it's a rule. They're not supposed to wear European suiting. Just Brooks Brothers, American, or Men's Warehouse. Mr. Clinton is the only one, you notice his suits tucked at the waist.
I think Mr. Obama too, that nowadays. Eh?
No.
I see he has an Italian cut from time to time.
Yeah, not as much though. But
Okay.
Mr. Clinton, he had it because he wore a suit by a lady, she's an American, Jane Barnes. And her suits were constructed in Italy, but still she had an American name. So he could have gotten away with it. That's why he always looked tailored.
I see.
And, you know, talking about countries and tailoring and all that stuff, I think one day we need to get to the form like Bermuda. But you know what Bermuda did? In the marketplace for years, they have trousers, or shorts, I should
Bermuda
say.
shorts.
You know what Bermuda did? Got to the council Fashion Council and told them, look, you have to pay me a percentage of everything that says Bermuda. But we need that here. And I saw the other day, I was really happy, a young lady, they said she was the youngest that passed the bar the other day. She said she's going into fashion law. I think that would be perfect, because I sell Tommy Bahama. Why shouldn't the Bahamas government get something from Tommy Bahama?
Where did Tommy Bahama originate?
You won't believe this, Wendell. 2 guys came to the Bahamas on vacation, buddies, and they walked around and they said, they hang around, they said, you know something? You need something that you can wear when you're on vacation. Those 2 guys went to China, hooked up with a mill. The Chinese designed it on the computer, the old look, the fabrication, the relaxed style. And that company is into the billions. Those guys, they sold the company after they got into hundreds of millions, sold it for $2 billion. Never worked since.
Wouldn't it have been a wonderful thing for Pat Paul to, to do that? Eh?
We're going to do something.
Pat Paul, it's a pleasure to have you on this program today.
It's been my pleasure.
And you need to come back often.
Well, invite me.
Just look at that look, and you seem to be staying the same age. You're not getting old at all, Pat.
Thank you. And you know, I try to keep good inside of here, and it shows when you're good inside.
You have a good heart.
So yes,
very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, Wendell.
All the best.
My pleasure.
Pat Paul got it all, and we thank him so very much for sharing on our program today. Good evening, everyone.
Good.